Hi, I'm Annie. I post weekly web design tips and tutorials that are easy to follow along. Today, I'll show you how to create this complex card animation in just 7 steps. This animation looks super complex, but using Wix Studio's advanced capabilities, we can create this in just 7 steps. So start in Wix Studio and add an image. I want mine to have a little bit more of a softer look, so I add a border radius of 20 pixels. Just go to Design for the element and scroll down to Corners to add a border radius. I also add a shadow to add depth and further enhance the 3D effect. I make my shadow quite blurry because it looks more realistic this way, I think, especially for this design. Duplicate the image. You can hold Option and drag to duplicate any element in Wix Studio. So that's what I do here. I also minimize the images a little bit more towards the center to make them look more like they're in a circle around the visitor. Then I just hold Option and drag each image to duplicate, so that I have a total of 6 images. I replace each image with the image I actually want in the final design. Normally in Wix Studio we can only add one animation effect to each element. But for this design we need more than that, so we're placing each image in a separate container. This way we can also add animation effects to each container, which gives the appearance of more animation effects. Now I select all the containers and place them in a stack. This makes it super easy to perfect the design and the space in between each element. Now it's time to add the animations. The first thing I do is add the animation effect Scroll Expand to the entire stack. I select the animation type out because I want this as the starting point to my entire animation. This will make the stack with all the images enlarge on scroll just like this. Now I add an animation to each container. I add the animation effect Mouse Effects Tilt on 3D. This will make each container tilt towards the cursor. When I've added that to each container, I add the animation effects Hover Expand to each image. This will make each image enlarge whenever the cursor is on top of that image. I'm just showing you here the reason why we added a container to each image at the start. As you can see, you can't natively add a second animation to an element you've already added an animation to. That's why we added one animation to the container and now add the final animation to the image. When you're ready, just hit publish and then your website is ready and live. So now you have this really cool animated portfolio website built on Wix Studio. And yes, you could connect your own domain if you wanted to.